Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. In front of us, we have the GOOZEEZOO ATS25-XF. This is an AM, FM stereo, long wave, CB, single sideband, shortwave, portable radio. During this video, for a daytime medium wave band scan of the Chicagoland area, here we can pick up with the Terk Advantage Passive Loop directly connected to the radio. First we'll go over features, second we'll do size comparison, and third we'll start cruising the band. So here we are, the ATS25-XF. You can find this on sale for right around $139 at Amazon USA. I'll have links down below in the comment section and video description if you so desire this radio. If you haven't seen the review, I'll have it in the iCard section above. An awesome radio for the money. I really like it. Having a lot of fun. So it comes with aluminum enclosure similar to the ATS-20, but it's much better quality. 3-inch speaker on top with great audio. Going to the front, we have 3 LEDs, LNA, high Z, and 50 ohm, telling us our status. Here we have a color display, 2.8 inches, and it's resistive touch. They give us this little stylus so you can navigate. And we'll talk about some of the screen features when I turn it on when we start our scan. Tuning knob, encoder here with a push button. There you are. Going to the back of the radio, you can see our connections. We have USB-C for charging. Status, we have red when it's charging and green when it's finished. Power switch, headphone jack, BNC female for all types of antennas. It comes with a 40-inch telescopic whip. This bad boy here, this is good for most use cases. And in the back here we have a Wi-Fi antenna. They also give us a little Wi-Fi antenna. Now that's used for mainly syncing the time, internal time, for FT8. And then also it does HF band conditions, which is really nice. I like that. So we have that feature as well. The bottom, I have nothing on there. It does come with a phone stand and various donut antennas for medium wave and shortwave. So there's a lot of goodies they give you for the money. Yeah, again, it's all in the review video. I'm going to gloss over some of the things the screen says when we start this band scan. So let me go ahead and just set this back down. We'll do a size comparison real quick. And I'll set this up and get it ready for tuning. So here we are, CC Pocket in the house, 10:45 a.m. That's Central Standard Time. I'm near Chicago, Illinois, USA. For the sake of this band scan, it is January 2026. All right, next we have CC Skywave in the house. Nice. And if you don't have those two radios, we always have a deck of cards. Iron Man, he's the man with the master plan. He can spin it like no one can. He loves his radios from GOOZEEZOO land. Din 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 din. GOOZEEZOO. Yeah, you know, it's a good company. They make some cool stuff. Like the little ATS Mini version 3. I like that radio. I spent 30 days with it. That was a fun time. I might even spend 30 days with this radio. I don't know. Thinking about it. I would like to. All right. So let's go ahead, set this up, and we'll have some fun. So let me go ahead. I'm going to just jump to that. So, because it takes a while to set this up, and I'm going to do a top down. We're going to be tuning like this. It should be awesome. All right. Let's go get this set up. Okay, here we're all set up from top down. Really nice. We have this wire running out the bottom of this box. This is going to a Terk Advantage Passive Loop. Off to my left here. I'll be moving this loop back and forth to tune the stations in, and I'll also be tuning this capacitor at the same time. The radio is going to stay stationary. That's the beauty of this setup. I really like it. So this wire might move around on camera, but not a big deal. I do want to mention, I don't know if I did, but yeah, the telescopic 40-inch does a great job on medium wave, short wave, all the bands on here. You can do quite a bit with this antenna, which I was pretty impressed with. They also include a medium wave and short wave donut. Again, if I didn't mention that, you get a lot of extras with this kit, even the phone stand, which I use quite often, and they even give you a little Wi-Fi antenna. I showed you in the back of the radio. So let's look at the screen real quick, and then we'll get to tuning. So we have these indicators up on top. BFO for single sideband operation. AGC is on. We're at 3 kilohertz bandwidth. Band we're on, medium wave. Modulation, AM. Stepping, 10 kilohertz. We have more buttons here. We have mute, volume, AGC is on. If you turn it off, you have attenuation control, and you can manually adjust that as you need to. I find AGC to work in most cases. More button coverage. Ham bands, if you click that, it shows you all the meter bands real quick for the ham bands. Nice. The regular band button takes you to all the broadcast bands. Step function. If you hit that, you can change from 1 kilohertz to 5 to 10 when you're in the US. When you pick different regions, It'll give you different options like 9 kilohertz. Frequency, you can hit this and enter your frequency manually. Bandwidth, that lets you adjust the bandwidth. Let me tap that just to show you your options on bandwidth. We'll probably leave it on 3 the whole tuning session, but there's the choices. On medium wave, you have 1, 1.8, 2, 2.5, 3, 4, and 6 kilohertz. Pretty nice. When you want to listen to music, 4 sounds pretty good. 6 might be a little wide, but 3 works good for most cases. So we'll leave it on 3. Still showing 3 up there. Nice. And of course, you can see our active lights here for the LNA, low noise amplifier, and high Z because we're using a passive loop. Directly connected. There's no power involved. Has a little boost, which is good. Let's see. We'll hit next. Actually, mode. This lets us change the mode. Let's tap that. So you can do sync lower and sync upper. Nice. Good to know. And AM. Regular AM. Over here we have scrolling up and down. So you can go up the band, down the band. Scan when you're on meter bands on shortwave. This is nice. It'll scan that meter band and tell you where the activity is at. Light. Adjust the display brightness. Setup. Bunch of things in the setup. You can look at the review video. Check that out. Info, a lot of information there on the radio. Again, you can check the video out. RDS if you're on FM, retro scale. Memories are nice. Tap that. You can actually label your each individual memory, and there's no like number of memories you have, which is kind of nice. But you can put a quite a long descriptor in there for it. I like that. We'll just exit here, but yeah, they give you quite a bit of memory storage. This is your CB function, and there we go. So you get the idea. You got frequency display right there. You got some information here. You got the signal strength, signal noise ratio. We got a little display here. You can change this by tapping it. So you got a waterfall, spectrum, audio spectrum, like a thicker style gauge, and I like the needle gauge there. That's the one I use. Volume control, you can mute here. You can show squelch value if you're on squelch, and then if you're doing multi-frequency listening. But you can mute the radio here. There you go. And you can control some of the functions here. We don't have Bluetooth on this radio. That's locked out, but you do have a lock function. You can turn the LNA on and off and high Z on and off. Just turn that off. Went to 50 ohms. We'll turn that back on. Does make a difference. There we are. So that's all controlled there. And then Wi-Fi, if you have a Wi-Fi antenna, you click that. It'll update the time for HF and then, of course, the band conditions and our battery status there. So we're ready to rock. So let's go ahead and turn this up. We'll go back. Unmute. All right. Oops. So you could press down. Brings up volume. I'll be muting in between talking about the stations. All right. There's your squelch menu. You can squelch. And back there. Okay, cool. So let's go to our first station.
Drug them not. I think that dogs are the perfect drug because they make you so happy. How's that? Does that feel like I rounded that one up there, Calvin? Made it sound nice?
Yeah, I think you landed it nicely.
Thank you very much. All right, so they're still trying to figure out what's going on there.
So 540 WAUK, Jackson, Wisconsin. This is to the north. I'm pointing the loop edgewise to the north there. Nice. So the cardinal directions: north, east, south, and west. Give you an idea what's going on. And again, I'm moving this Terk Advantage back and forth. You might hear the wire bouncing off things. It's kind of a long wire, but it works good. I like the setup. All right, so let's go ahead and keep going. Unmute.
I would be talking to myself in a microphone that didn't
Add life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes.
Write that down. Need some life insurance or insurance of any kind? If you notice, I'm looking at this needle gauge here for best results as I'm tuning the loop. It really helps visually. So 560s WIND, Chicago, the answer. All right, let's keep going.
Something about the feel of a gold coin in your hand and the way the light reflects off its intricate details that has always captivated me. Nick Grovich, AmFed's owner, turned that same passion into his livelihood.
10.52. Soybean meal for January down $1.30 at $298.70. Handle for February up $2.35 at $236.07 and a half. And lean hogs for February down $1.35 at $83.95. Here's your IPM News forecast from meteorologist Andrew Pritchard. For today, mostly sunny, high of 45.
So here we are, WILL. This is Urbana, Illinois, on 580. This is going to the southeast, and this is about 150 miles away. So that's a nice signal. It always comes in strong.
Chief Illini Wick to high school gymnasiums.
Have taken a Justice Department investigation that begun to get him to follow President Trump's lead on interest rates.
Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren says President Trump's bidding to get to power.
So past the KZO test. You know, my dude always mentions that 590 WKZO Kalamazoo, Michigan, 140 miles east. Yeah, it's a good benchmark. I like it. All right. Again, directly connected. It's a nice setup.
Whether this is an independent or joint investigation with the FBI who is leading this case.
Fox's Matt Finn. Federal officials have said state investigators don't have jurisdiction. Some Democrats.
So 600 WMT, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, 175 miles to the west. Yeah, coming in nice. Again, I'm looking at that gauge there. And I don't know if it shows it here. Let's just, yeah, it's not really. Let me see if I unmute.
Particularly with this situation, hundreds more federal agents being sent to Minneapolis as an ongoing ICE operation continues to face protests. Former Fed officials and...
Yeah, that's your most informative screen, believe it or not. I don't know. That waterfall works really well on different modes. There's one where it's extended, and that's in the scan mode. You'll use it then, but typically you'll use this the most. And again, I like how precise this gauge is here. This is 600 I mentioned. All right, let's keep going.
To this list, it's this unprecedented act.
University, the school where Brian Koberger went. ABC's Trevor Alt says the family's claimed the school didn't do enough to stop Koberger's behavior, where he was accused of stalking and sexual harassment.
Okay, 620. This is WTMJ, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, pointing to the north. Nice.
Or speculation, this is about ensuring that institutions entrusted with the safety of young...
Now, if you have a G800, GOOZEEZOO sells that as well. That's an awesome antenna. If I remember, I'll link that up in the description as well. This thing's moving around. I don't know. I can't tell on the camera. But yeah, I'll have it linked up there. That's a cool active loop, and it works really well for most use cases. If you're trying to use this with different bands, you don't have to keep disconnecting and connecting antennas. That one works on all shortwave, medium wave, and even FM. So I like that antenna. But if you want the best medium wave connection, this Terk Advantage, I think, trumps it a bit, but you have to tune the heck out of it. The other one you don't have to tune. You just have to turn the loop. You don't have to sit there and tune the capacitor, which is nice. All right, let's keep going here. Definitely in the evening, it's fantastic. All right.
6 starts off with another AI data center proposal.
Satisfaction. Just over half of those polled said they disapproved of how ICE was handling its job, compared with 39% who approved, 40% strongly disapproved, and 12%.
So here's 640 WMFN, Peatone, Illinois, Black Information Network. I'm going to go kind of quick because, yeah, otherwise we'll be here forever.
Who were staunchly against the agency with only...
Anthony Herron joins us via the Circus Sports Illinois hotline. Download the Circus Sports app today. He's a host with us here on 670 The Score. He's a former NFL defensive lineman. He's a local man, so perhaps he is overjoyed to see what just happened with the Bears, and he's an analyst for Fox 32 and Big Ten Network. And Anthony, I know you had to broadcast on Saturday the All-American game. So how were you able to observe this from afar?
Well, it was all on the...
So, yeah, you can tell we're sports station, 670 WSCR, Chicago, home of the Cubs, The Score. If you notice the bandwidth, sound pretty good. When you have a strong station like this, like it's pegging at 50 plus, yeah, it sounds good with the bandwidth widened out to 4 and to 6. 4 sounded really good. I actually like that. But since most of these stations want to keep it at 3, so let's keep going. All right.
Now, if you leave the door...
Here's a real distant station. Let's see if we can pick it up. There it is. So that just making out that audio, probably better with headphones, but I don't know if you guys can make it out in this video. Hopefully you can. I'm hearing it in person. WLW, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles to the east. It's pushing the radio's limits and the capability of the antenna. That's amazing. If I was outdoors, it'd probably be much clearer, but I'm indoors, so I'm in a subfloor basement as well. I usually do pretty well with my scans. All right.
The Steelers and Texans will play their game tonight in Pittsburgh. The winner will move on to face the Patriots in New England on Sunday. The other matchups for the weekend include the 49ers taking on the Seahawks in Seattle on Saturday, and the Bills facing the Broncos in Denver on Saturday as well.
So WGN News Radio, Chicago. Yeah, awesome.
Green Bay. Winners of 5 of their last 6. The Blackhawks.
So that's Access Radio Chicago on 750 WNDZ, Portage, Indiana. I like listening to this. This is the one I listen to on my walks with my 30-day challenge radios. You know, like I have these little dudes I've been using. Like I said, I mentioned this. I might use this for 30-day challenge. Not sure. But yeah, here's one. Little baby one. I got to really zoom in here. This is a little AAA powered. This is the J555. Pretty awesome little dude. Spent 30 days with that little guy. It was interesting. But every month I get a new radio and they have it on the bench here and I have fun with it. It's cool. It really helps give you focus on a particular receiver. I like that. If your guy just needs one, this one radio can do everything pretty much that you need. Unless you want airband, then there's airband versions out there. But I don't listen to airband except on my scanner, so that's probably the best way to do it. But 750, awesome. Okay, let's keep going. Might be able to pick up Detroit, 270 miles away, but kind of hard with that 750 right there. You can hear it.
Several businesses, more than a half dozen since December 14th, spanning Westridge, Uptown, and Edgewater. Police say the suspect took money and even whole cash registers, with all of these burglaries taking place in the early morning hours.
780 WBBM News Radio, Chicago.
By calling 911. Brandon Eisen, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
A peaceful ending.
Proposed specific. I wrote articles of impeachment and published it today over on Substack and also on Daily Kos.
Yeah, this is a left-wing station. If you couldn't figure it out, WCPT, Willow Springs, Illinois. Yeah, it's not one I listen to, but it's on there. If you're in my area, you want to tune it in.
It appears that Trump is now...
Okay, here's a faint station out of Milwaukee.
Costly that store can be to shop it because it's a neighborhood store.
I mean, even for our good friends on Sherman and Putnam, and I know those people very well. And what I don't understand...
Okay, 860 WNOV in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That's 52 miles to the north. This is 250 watts, I believe. Low power station, but coming in nice and clear.
Buying food from the gas.
So we're picking up a signal there, pretty weak. This is WKAR East Lansing, Michigan, 195 miles east. Again, pushing the limits. A lot of receivers can't pick this up, so it's nice that I can.
It's a full-blown scandal that one of the key members of the establishment is actually being looked at, examined, investigated by the...
So here's WLS, Chicago on 8-9, the big 8-9 they call it.
All of the morning newsletter.
Look incredibly pedestrian. I said it last night in my podcast. There's a little John Elway. There's a little Josh Allen. There's a lot of Caleb Williams. And here's the thing.
Okay, so 920 is Fox Sports, WOKY, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I always want to say the Big Badger, but that's gone. It's unfortunate, but, it is what it is. Fox Sports, dudes. Dudettes.
The coaching half, the scripted half.
But test the spirits to see whether they belong to God. So what is he talking about there? And how is it that, that's applicable to our life?
That speaker in person sounds fantastic. Here we are on 930 WKBM, Sandwich, Illinois, Relevant Radio.
And then okay.
Okay, can't overrun the music, but that's some Pink Floyd happening there on 940. Awesome. I'm a Pink Floyd fan if you guys haven't figured that out. Iron Man and Pink Floyd, they go together. Well, wait. AC/DC and Iron Man go together, but you know what I mean. Pink Floyd's awesome as well. WFAW Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin. Loving it.
Yeah. To test it, right? Just because someone says, oh, I have an idea. I've had lots of ideas, Patrick, that were not very good ideas. They were definitely not.
Okay, 950 is sister station 930. This is WNTD, Chicago. Relevant Radio again. So if you're a Catholic, you'll be listening to this.
Meaning, what's the fruit that comes from it?
Potentially find that, that's going to be more expensive. So you're going to be paying for that premium device that might be able to hold up better with water or get other.
So here's 970, a little bit of whistle on there. That's pretty normal. This is WHA, Madison, Wisconsin, 72 miles northwest. It's in that direction there.
You're going to pay a little bit more for that.
Sadly, MacBook Airs do not appear to be one of those devices, but.
So I just. When you see other teams come in and their kickers really struggle with the conditions, the elements, the wind, and yet Cairo, it's almost like he
1000 WMVP, Chicago, ESPN Radio, yeah, awesome. Sports, a lot of sports stations.
He's his own home field advantage.
No question about it. All right, now the rain.
Chicago,
Przestań pieprzyć. Użyj soli.
I was trying to figure out what the heck that was. 1030 WNVR, Vernon Hills, Illinois. Definitely Polski happening.
Znaczy i ciebie, Marcinie. Polecam ubezpieczenie na...
As long as I don't flatten them, I'm not really running them over.
Right. That's the way this language is being, I know. It's spoken, right? Yeah. Parsing it here and there. Yeah.
Yeah. Then he goes on. You had a person that was definitively...
Yeah. 1050 is WLIP, Kenosha, Wisconsin, to the north.
Yeah.
Oh, Benton Harbor, Michigan. Motown, I think they call it. Motown Music, yeah. Benton Harbor, Michigan, 95 miles to the east. Yeah, Michigan stations are coming in kind of weak today, but not too bad. They're coming in at least.
Dante Moore to go to the NFL, so he goes over there.
Night bag.
Lane Kiffin gets his quarterback, Sam Levitt, from Arizona State.
Okay.
He gets that in the...
I like this sports station. For some reason, it's in Madison. It's interesting. I listened to it. 1070 WTSO Madison. They used to have the PGA Tour on here, which was cool. Listen to golf on the radio. Now I can't listen to golf on the radio anymore. They took it away, but it was awesome when they had it. And they even had NASCAR too. That was cool. I don't know if they have NASCAR anymore either. If you guys know, let me know. But yeah.
Loaded class that they...
Natomiast 244 z 317, a zgłoszonych pojazdów przetrwało prolog.
Okay, the awesome 1080s is WNWI, Oakland, Illinois, where you can rent the radio station. And guess who does? The old Brother Stair Squad out of the Carolinas. Yeah, they come out in Chicago here with their rent a radio time. And I hear them at night. People hear them at my evening band scan with this radio.
Clasificacji las personas que siguen haciendo posible el milagro de estar transmitiendo a través de los medios de comunicación.
1110 is WXES Chicago.
Quiero colaborar con el sembrador.
Is it then that they focus so much? Why does this thing that happened in Minnesota capture the imagination, the attention of all these idiot celebrities in Hollywood and all?
Okay, 1130 WISM Milwaukee, Wisconsin, to the north.
Civil rights hero for the day. They get to...
Is what rules Iran, not the theocratic
genocidal dictatorship that is the Ayatollah.
And not us either.
I 100%.
So a lot of politics. If you're into politics and you want to listen to the radio, turn on the AM band during the day. But there's some music in Chicago, which I like. Or this is actually a Christian radio station, WYLL, Chicago. In the morning, you'll have a lot of different sermons going on. But yeah, right now we have like some kind of talk radio happening. Okay, so yeah, right wing because it's Christian radio, of course. So let's go ahead, keep going. To my favorite station.
On terror, on Hamas, on Hezbollah, on...
Blow your mind. Yeah, Queen rocks. The Q. Yes, WSQR, Sycamore, Illinois. I call it the squirrel. There's a squirrel on my radio. Yeah. It likes being there. I like this other station that comes in great on my walks. Yeah, in the morning I like to listen to it all the time. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, it's a good song. So WRTO Chicago.
Cupos cada jornada de la Copa Libertadores, porque normalmente la Conmebol le da más cupos a los equipos o a las confederaciones que tienen mejor nivel en sus ligas, así que por ende el Brasileirado.
Yeah, that's nice. So 1220 is WKRS, Waukegan, Illinois, to the east, that way. Home of Jack Benny. Yeah. Jack Benny program. You ever listen to that? It's awesome. If you haven't, if you like old time radio, man, Jack Benny program. I like to post those, usually on Sundays if I can. I like those programs.
Al campeón, el equipo que viene.
Right, because this state, all states, and then we will ship to Canada as well. That is one. We have a big customer, large customer in Canada. We do international shipments very.
So we have an agro station on 1230 WCLO, Janesville, Wisconsin. All right, I don't know how much time we got left, but yeah, let's keep going.
It's usually 7,000 or 8,000 birds.
Could be copyrighted, so who knows? WSBC, Chicago, Illinois. Yeah, who knows? Could be.
You want me to dance on his grave? I mean, what do you want me to do?
I'm just saying. I'm just telling you what I saw. Like that was that.
I just got done saying it.
Yeah, I don't have this one written down because I don't usually get it this clear. This is nice. WSSP, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 1250.
Surrounded, and it's the coach's job to make sure.
Big country, WEJZ.
There you go. You heard it. You heard the call letters. This is awesome. This is one where it's really hard to pick up with most of my radios. My big stick radios, like the 200mm ferrite radios, you know, like super radios and that, pick it up. But this is WEKZ, like you said, Monroe, Wisconsin, 60 miles away. Big country. Awesome. Not sure. I may have to look this up, 1270. I'll put a pop-up here if I can find it.
Get shot and killed. That is their goal here. And they're putting people in these situations and trying to create them. They also recognize that their plan would...
Okay, 1310 is WIBA, Madison, Wisconsin. I really am enjoying this little needle gauge. It's fantastic. Liking that. I could also be hitting this from you, but it's going to have to reach over, so yeah, hitting this is just fine.
Raise the kids to vote for amnesty. They push the Democrats.
I don't know if I mentioned WIBA, Madison. 72 miles. Nice.
Care and a whole range of other things.
Some music there on WLBK, DeKalb, Illinois. Once in a while I'll tune to that because I like the programming on the 1180 more. They're sister stations. It's just that LBK is more of elevator-ish. Yeah, so I like to listen to 1180 before I listen to this. But I'll listen to this one here if like 1380 is down or something, or 1400 isn't coming in. Yeah, 1400 is one of my favorites, which we're going to get to here. But yeah, there you go, 1360.
They don't like my jeans, they don't get my hair.
New year, new deliciousness at Barclays Burgers, Brews, and Dogs. Is that right, Alvino?
Better than that, Bigzer. New month, new delicious feature. That's right, folks.
Okay, this is an awesome station to the west here. 1380 is WBEL, South Beloit, Illinois, and right by the border by Wisconsin. And yeah, this one, the beat, mostly 90s, totally awesome. Yeah, rocks. If you're into 90s music, you'll listen to this one for sure. All right.
Sunny skies this afternoon with daytime highs approaching 43. Southwesterly winds 8 to 15 miles per hour.
Nice.
Partly cloudy skies.
Okay, Inspiration Radio on 1390 WGRB Chicago. I'm mute.
639-1100 to schedule a tour.
Feel good favorites. Local news. Timeless hits.
So there you go, Timeless Hits. I love this station, 1400 WRGN, Racine, Wisconsin. The current radio I'm using is the Handsider HS67. It's a $10 radio for the 30-day challenge, and I'm enjoying the heck out of that radio. And it picks up 1400, no problem, and I'm loving that. I don't have it to show you guys, but yeah, that's a cool little radio. If you're on the cheap, you get that radio and have some fun. It doesn't have all this can do, but hey, budgets are budgets, right? Nice song.
County Road, and sure enough, my tire was punctured and quickly going flat. First, I called my insurance agent because I have roadside assistance. What I didn't know is that it's more for 9 to 5 Monday through Friday place.
1410. This is WRGN, Racine, Wisconsin. Not dumb, am I saying? WRMN, Elgin, Illinois. Yeah, I know where I'm at. Yeah, Elgin, Illinois. Awesome. All right. If you know anything about Elgin, Illinois, they were famous for their watchmaking, the pocket watches.
Sound because we were almost to his house. He wanted me to.
And you're still eligible for a rebate of up to $10,000. Make right now your first time to buy gold and take advantage of a rebate of up to $10,000 when you buy by January 30th.
Get a little pop-up here. I don't have it written down. I think this is a Ohio station. I could be wrong, but I'll have it here if I remember. We're almost through with this video. This is WEEF, Deerfield, Illinois. WEEF. Say it a little slower. All right.
Let's ring in the new year by finally checking off something that actually matters. Your old videotapes and photos are fading more every year.
Oh no. WROK, Rockford, Illinois.
Memories. Hi, I'm Adam Baselogger, and I...
Lo pedimos, ellos querían ayudar en nuestro set. Le dijimos, hasta ahora estamos bien.
That one's kind of hard to get. This is WRLL, Cicero, Illinois. Okay, that's Iron Country on WGEZ, Beloit, Wisconsin. Love it. So we got 2 country music stations I can pick up. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is WRDD, Waukesha, Wisconsin. Might be. Sounds kind of like Motown music. pop up for that there.
Which house seat that we need to attack aggressively or go after aggressively to take back the houses to make sure that we have more House representatives and, going 2026. Thanks so much.
Yeah, I mean, I think what they're doing.
Got some interference on 1580. That's interesting. I think it's a problem with their transmitters or something, because I think I've heard that before. WTTN, Watertown, Wisconsin.
The administration doing.
내가 그의 옷에만 손을 대어도 구원을 받으리라 생각하밀러라. 이에 그의 혈루 근원이 곧 마름에 병이 나은 줄을 몸에 깨닫.
1590 WCGO, Evanston, Illinois. All right, this takes a little longer.
곧 스스로 하시고.
Okay, I think this is Iowa City, Iowa, the mighty KCJJ. All right, just barely coming in.
Patrick, thank you so much for the call. I'm afraid we're up against a break here, so we're going to take that break. But one thing that Patrick brought up, Father, that I want to get back into when we come back is, he says, I believe I'm using my gifts. So how does knowing your gifts, your spiritual gifts, help you actually discern this?
So yeah, this is WSJP, Sussex, Wisconsin. This is Relevant Radio.
49149 or innerlife@relevantradio.com.
There's so many good football things for you guys to latch on right now, and you're missing the forest of the tree because you're yelling about the hair. I also, with that call from Tom, if you're going to take away his play calling, just fire.
1670, this is WOZN, The Zone, Madison, Wisconsin.
You have sniffed your head coach, and you shouldn't have him as the head coach.
Conversation in remembrance of T.K. Carter. Welcome back to the show, Sensei. How are you?
I am well. How are you this morning?
It's a manic Monday, Sensei. We've been talking about praying away the gate, the Bears being down, and what's going on around the town. And then we had to take a moment with you.
Okay, 1690 WBON, and this, WVON, and this is Chicago, Illinois. So there we go. We're done with the band scan. Nothing on 1700 in my area. So yeah, the ATS25-XF. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give a big like if you did. If you like this radio, give it a big like. 2, if you'd like to see more, hit subscribe at the bell icon if you haven't already. And 3, comment down below what you think about the ATS25-XF. Is it for you? I mean, like I said, they mentioned it gives a lot of goodies for this radio. There's a lot you can do here. I mean, I didn't show you, but you got the hand bands here. It's amazing where you can go and what you can do. I'm just going to go back. I think you can set the frequency to go back. And then you can do irregular bands here, all your coverage. Just right quickly and navigate to that, which I love. Being able to do that. There's so many choices on here. Then you get your mode. So if you were to go to your hand band, say you wanted 20 meters, we're not going to pick anything up. I'm just showing you what you can do real quick. You have all these different modes available to you. So lower sideband, upper sideband, sync, lower, upper, narrow FM, digital mode, CW, CWR. Yeah, amazing. Here we go. FT4, FT8, RTTY, RTT, lower sideband, upper sideband, RTTY, Hellfeld for imaging and, for simple imaging, and single side scan TV. So, is that right? I can't remember that. Slow scan, excuse me, TV. Duh. PSK, and I guess these aren't active here, these tags here, unfortunately. But cool stuff nonetheless. So let's go ahead and just exit this mode. It has a little bit of a hum to it because it's a speaker being muted.
Older than me and just.
There we go. So yeah, comment down below what you think about all these options on here. What do you think? Are you a fan? Would you pick it up? With all the goodies that are involved for $139. Let me know. I'd like to read your comments. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in my next awesome video.